Hi, I'm Terry with 2ubs.com, and with me here is the new 2013 Shimano Dura 9000 Mechanical Gruppo. For those of you who haven't made the leap yet, hold fast for just a moment, spend a few minutes with me here, and take a look at what's the latest and greatest from Shimano. I think you'll be very, very impressed. With an extensive mountain bike background, I've been a long-time SRAM rider, and it was very easy for me to carry over into their road Gruppos here in the past number of years. Even when Shimano came out with the Dura 7900 and Di2 group, it still wasn't enough to bring me back to the brand. However, here with the new Dura 9000 Gruppo, kind of has me eating my words. It is truly impressive the amount of engineering that went into this Gruppo. Shimano's goal was to increase the comfort, the ergonomics, the styling, and with the overall ease of setup, I am floored by this new Gruppo. So the next few clips will get into the nitty-gritty details here that really set this group apart. Well, let's start off here with what is the most noticeable difference with the Gruppo, and that is going to be with the FC9000, the crankset here. You're looking at 4 arms rather than 5. And you can see that Shimano has relocated the spider arms, and the reason that they've done this is they've done it to really counter the pedaling force, and they've done away with the 5th spider arm here, which seemed, if you will, excessive and unnecessary. So while the cranks, if you will, have become more stiff, they've also been able to do away with some excess weight here that wasn't necessary. One of the side benefits here, which I find to be really neat, is this new unique, if you will, bolt square diameter and with the 4 crank arm bolts here in spiders. You can actually go, without changing anything on the crank, you can go back and forth between gearing, whether that be, say, compact to standard, or vice versa. And with a small ring here, the range that you can fit, you can go from a 34 to a 42 chain ring, and for the large ring, you can go from a 50 all the way up to a 55. So definitely a feat in engineering with just the FC9000 crankset alone. You know, I just can't get over how good they feel. Man, oh, sorry. Moving on to the brakes. The new Dura BR9000 calipers, true dual pivot design here, and I would consider truly redesigned, a whole new design, if you will. They have 2 parallel pivots on either side of the main caliper mounting bolt, if you will. Emulates basically the leverage of a U-brake. And what this does is it dramatically increases braking clamping force or power, and also gives you much better modulation and brake feel. It is almost intoxicating to feel. To believe it, you'd have to feel it. Warning, you might find yourself braking more than you find yourself pedaling. But definitely one of my favorite aspects of the new Dura 9000 Gruppo. Well, moving up to the ST9000 shifter here, Shimano wanted to, if you will, return to that really snappy, quick feel of the Dura 7800 Gruppo, which is now two generations old. And what Shimano has done here is they've actually reduced the lever throw for both of the shifters here, and also reduced the friction in the cable feel by, if you will, rerouting the cable through the mechanism here. Basically allows for a much more consistent shifter feel and ease of shifter actuation throughout the gear range. This is partly due to the way that they've rerouted or routed the cable here through the shifter mechanism. More of a, if you will, direct or flowing design here. Definitely cuts down on the friction. Subsequently, it's a lot easier to install cables or change them out on this design, something I've come to dread in recent years here. Actually quite easy and almost entertaining here. I did it a few extra times for recreational purposes. Moving up to the brake lever itself, it has been re-sculpted here to accommodate a better braking feel. Here when you're in the drops, something that Shimano worked with their pro peloton riders here to improve, and it does not sacrifice at all the feel from the hood. It is a tremendous feeling, just overall package here in the cockpit, and that is also partly due to the dual compound rubber shift hood here, a little bit smaller in diameter, Definitely no details are left here untouched with the ST9000 shifter. Now moving down here to the front derailleur, the FD9000. Shifting to the big ring has always been the hardest shift and inherent challenge here with any cable actuated mechanical grupo here. Shimano has addressed this here with basically increased leverage here with the front derailleur due to a much longer front derailleur arm here. Definitely as you're shifting, it actually feels as if it's getting easier as you get up into the big ring. To accommodate for that increased force here against the frame, Shimano has implemented an additional set screw here, something that you may recall from the previous Di2 grupo. And another thing to note here is that they've allowed for trim in both the small and the large ring here, and that certainly assists here due to the increased width of the 11-speed rear cassette. But that front derailleur is definitely one of the strong points of this new grupo. Now coming back here to the RD9000 rear derailleur, this really complements the improved actuation and reduced friction here of the ST9000 shifters, in that it reduces the friction here, and it's got a much more flowing direct cable routing, especially here after the cable here exits where the barrel is and it's cinched down. Ultimately here, what you'll experience shifting through the gears, say as you get into the larger cogs here in the back or the lower gears, it is a very consistent feel. It doesn't become more challenging as you increase the cable tension. Definitely a refreshing feel. Something I really like to experience, or I enjoyed experiencing with this grupo. Moving up to the, well actually before I leave that derailleur, what you'll also notice is one of the most cosmetically appealing aspects of the grupo. Shimano definitely increased the stiffness of the derailleur while making it look, we're earning extra style points. Up to the cassette here, 11 cogs rather than 10 cogs. But they didn't just simply attach one more cog here and adjust the spacing accordingly. And a lot of engineering went into this here. Just looking at it more closely, you'll see some increased tooth length here as you go into the higher gears or smaller cogs. And another thing to note here is Shimano didn't fall short as far as exotic materials. You'll find titanium gears here in some of the larger cogs, and also the carriers. They use an aluminum carrier here with the taller cogs, and toward the mid-range of the cassette actually using carbon fiber. Before I end there, I'll touch up on a chain here. It is no longer an asymmetrical design like the previous 7900 chain, which was asymmetrical, and it's designed to assist the front derailleur to shift up into the big chainring. Now it is completely symmetrical, of course 11-speed specific, but us boneheads no longer have to worry about installing the chain backwards. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed our inside look at the new 2013 Shimano Dura Ace 9000 Grupo. If you have any other questions about Shimano products or the 9000 Dura Ace Grupo here specifically, you know how to reach us here at 2ubs.com. That's info@2ubs.com. Other than that, make sure you enjoy the ride. We'll see you out on the road.